Hello and welcome to another edition of our Lightworkers Secret to Success YouTube channel. And today we have the pleasure of interviewing Viktoriia Miracle. We're so happy to have her. As you guys already know, Adam and Colette and Amanda and myself, I'm Pamela. So today we just want to kind of interview and find out more about Viktoriia and what she does. And we're really excited to have you. So thank you so much for being willing to come on our channel, Viktoriia.
Thank you so much for having me here. I am so delighted and so excited to answer your questions. I know there's plenty of them.
I'm not going to give you all of them. I know I sent you a whole list, so I'm going to be not going through everything. It just kind of gives you an idea. But one of the things our purpose of our channel is to bring different topics and different things to our audience. And then, and also, we look at manifesting and what we're envisioning and manifesting for 2021. So, if it's okay, I'd like to start you out with that question and just ask, what are you envisioning for your 2021 year?
Yes, I am envisioning a lot of travels. As we're recording that, we are in a little bit strange time, but I am envisioning for my business is to retreats that were supposed to start this year. And because of strange times, I hope we're going to start it next year. And I want to have 3 retreats around Hawaii, Sedona, and Bali, and make them in 7 days. So it's a full transformation. And has been my dream for last year. And I can't wait the 2021.
Awesome. Sounds exciting.
Mm-hmm.
So let's start with Viktoriia. What is it that you do and how did you get started on that path?
Yes, absolutely. I am an energetic time management coach and online marketing strategist. How I started, it started very random. When I started my business, I was feeling like there is nothing really the strategy of time management that resonates with me. And as a healer and ex-holistic health coach, I really listen to my body always. And as I will say, sit down to do whatever I plan to do, as the business coaches will recommend you to do so. Plan your week on Sunday. Let's get, the all planned out your year in 90 days. You got to have it all down. And every day you got to be on top of it. And I will sit down, whatever I was planning to, and it just didn't feel like doing anymore. It's just, I didn't feel like it. One day it just flows through you. You like, yeah, I'm on it. And another day, the same activity, you can't get it. So I started to really wonder what is happening. Why do we even have the 7 days a week? Like, what is this? And who created the time schedule and time management? And I realized it was absolutely human, man-made creation that is absolutely out of alignment with any nature or biology or philosophy or astrology or anything like this. And this time, my teacher came in and taught me the system, and it was just like a blessing, just at the right time when student ready, teachers appears. So that was exactly for me, and that's how I started on energetic time management, how I created purposeful calendar system. And online marketing been always my jam, and I just love it. I love to connect, and I think marketing, it's more of a longer term building relationship, and that's what I love about it. Like now I do have Pamela right interviewing me and you guys meeting you, and that is all marketing, and I love it, how we can streamline ourselves and create content that will last for years, and people will find you and connect with you, and they will want to meet you or work with you, whatever, or they're sending you emails, how much you help them. It's just wonderful. So that's why I do what I do.
I'm curious, can you tell me more about the energetic calendar that you said? Was it the energetic calendar?
It's a purposeful with double L because it's full of purpose. Every day it's full of purpose. And my company called Purposeful Day. The calendar is a purposeful calendar, yes. And it is an energetic time management in an easy way to say. It's a 9-day science-based system and biology-based system on how we actually mentally, as humans, and created by universe. So I don't want to like use a lot of words and just like break it down really easily for everybody, but it is it's amazing how our body, we're already in tune in our energy, and it's a 9-digit cycle, and we are living in it, but just not really knowing what is it. So universe communicate with us through colors, through numbers, right? It doesn't communicate with us through language. So the 9-day system, it starts from 1 till 9, and there's a colors and codes associated with each number and each day and each year and the months. You can apply this as to the year, to the months, and to the day. So that's why I call it, it's your unique energy. So you know exactly what to do and when to do to the day. This gives you like exact focus on what do you want to focus on for today. What do you want to focus on for the next months? And that's what really helped me for my business, when I started to follow that system. I just quadrupled my business doing less by doing less, because when you follow your unique energies, you are not stressing out. You're not overwhelmed by what you do, because your body is feeling this way. You already know it's going to feel that way next week. And that's what its beauty is about it, that you know upfront. But we are already in it and we're feeling it. And if you would like to, I can do your birthday or anybody's here birthday just to demonstrate, and we will see if it resonates with you.
Sure. You can do mine if you want.
Yes. What is your year?
I was born in...
No, I just need your birthday, the numbers of the birthday.
So May 27th.
May. Okay, so my is 5th. It's 5th, right?
5. Yeah, 5.
22nd?
27.
Oh, 7th. Sorry. So you are in your year 9, and 9 year, it means completion, as it's the last digit. And completion, it's color more of a beige and white. I always recommend, for the color of the number, you want to have it in your aura field. Is it a closet, or is it maybe, keychain or anything, or headphones? That will be great for you if you have light in your aura field. So universe kind of resonates with you and getting into resonance. So what does the completion means? Do you know Michael Phelps?
Yes.
It's an Olympian of all the time in the United States. He completed most of his swims on the 9th year, on the 9 months. I've done the calculations, and it's just, that's what I call complete. You're working for something, and the cycle is getting complete. So if you have been working on something, since like 9 years ago, probably your new year started, and maybe new job or new marriage or something big. This year, you will want to complete everything that you started. When it's a day, I always say, if you have to-do list or something, as a business owners, we all do, it's an endless to-do list. Sit down in a 9-day and like, it will just flow. My client just said it to me. She was like, I couldn't complete those stuff, and I've done it like 5 different things on the 9 days. It was amazing. So that's what you want to do, really clean out the people that you are not interacting with, who's not really uplifting or positive to you or not supporting you. And you will feel that urge in yourself to do this year. It's really clean everything up and getting prepared for the next year, which is going to be your first and the new cycle of your life.
Okay, cool. Interesting. I didn't know.
Oh, kitty. Keep going. Does that resonate?
Yeah, it's interesting. I didn't know that. So just so I understand, so on the 9th day of October and then the 18th day of October, is that how you sort of do it? Or do I have to figure out from, like, when does that 9th day start?
Yeah, there's the formula. This is not your 9-day. I calculated for you a year, but I teach this in my workshop. It's a purposeful calendar workshop where I teach and certify people on how to do the formula and support them. I have there is ongoing support as well in the group.
Oh, cool. Awesome. I learned something new.
Cool. And that's how we base our marketing, because there is a days when you want to promote yourself, and there is a days when you want to hold on a little bit, because your energy, people feel through energy, even if it's online, they will feel your energy, and you want to promote yourself when it's, there is a correct days. There's a great days for sales. There is amazing days for public speaking. And that's how I adapted the system for business. And A lot of my clients seeing great results and following the energy rhythms. And the most crazy thing about it, once you're really getting into that energy cycle and you start first, you really, I guess, need to push a little bit yourself to pay attention to the days and to the colors. But as you live through it, and I lived through it years already, I will in the morning will grab a color of my day without even knowing that that's the day. That's how my body already get used to it and it's feeling it. And I got to trust my body. So I learned how to do this. And the system helps people to really get in touch with their own unique energy.
Hmm. Interesting. Love it.
Cool.
Love it.
And is this the one you told me that you had learned through someone from Russia? Is that the one?
Yes, my teacher, she is a Feng Shui master. She over 25 years experience in Europe. She lives in France, but she speaks only Russian. Unfortunately, I had to translate it and adapt it all for the Americans and make it easy and digestible for business as well. Yeah, her name is Yelena, and she's just a wonderful. She's just I mean, she was a blessing for me. I was going crazy. I was like, I don't know. It feels like I'm a little bit too late, or I'm here a little bit too early. Like, I wish I got there a little, like one day early, you know, and I felt like something was wrong. And I started to question. And once you question and send that question to the universe, the answers comes in. So I've been blessed to have her as my mentor and teacher.
That is awesome. And we also believe that what you ask and put out to the universe, you're going to get an answer back if you're listening. So that is phenomenal that that happened for you.
Yeah.
Amazing. So, what's something that people seem to misunderstand about what you do?
Mm-hmm. Misunderstand. I
What confuses people about what you're doing?
I don't really know if there anything confuses them.
Okay.
People who works with me, they're just asking questions and I clarify them. I guess natural rhythms, you know, people, not everybody knows what the natural rhythms even means, and they've never lived in them, and they're never experienced that flow of ease every day. And you know, when every day in your life you meet new people like exactly who you ask for, it's like exactly the perfect people coming in, and you don't really stress at the end of the day. You feel relaxed and you just go to bed. But for most of people it's not the reality. And natural rhythms, they're like, what is even it? I don't even know, right? And I guess that will be it.
That's important though. And that realization that not everyone has, that they could get that with you, working with you, and they'd be able to fine tune that and be able to resonate with that for themselves.
And be able to trust that, because we always feel them. I do like hundreds of calendars already done, and people every time they come with me on the call, I tell them their numbers. They're like, oh my god, this is exactly what I thought. This is exactly what happening. Oh, but really, you know, like the sixth year, like for example, it's the number six. It means selfishness. I always say it's ego day, ego month, right? And I said, always you want to take care of your body. You wanted to maybe get your diet right. You want to be selfish at that day or that year. You got to really like go inward and take care of what you want. And my other client, she was like, oh my God, I hate workout. And this year I almost got yoga certification. I'm finishing my yoga certification. She's like, I've never done anything before that. I'm like, I told you, you got to take care of your body, and your body's telling you so. And, you know, she was very young, so she's still listening to her intuition, I guess, more than people when we grew up. We're a little bit trying to dismiss it because sometimes we didn't translate it correctly and we think it's not the truth, right? It's let us down, and at some point we just stop listening and we listen to here, which is not our friend. And then yes, then how we lose the touch with that natural rhythms and on our voice and the body.
Very cool. What would be a tip um, that you share, like your best tip for making the world a better place?
Mm. When you speak with a person, imagine like it's your best friend with everybody, because everybody you are your best friends. until you think it's not. And just really connect on the level, of love and heartedness. And I think that will be like the best tip for the world. If people will stop to judge each other and like put the mask and walls on and just really connect us, it's already your best friend. And, as we project, people start mirroring us. And when they see you looking at them as your best friend, they are starting to open up. And that will be my best tip for our world.
Awesome.
I love your accent. Where are you from?
I'm originally from Russia. I was born in Siberia.
Oh, nice.
Ooh, in cold Siberia. And that's why I live in Los Angeles, because I really love warm. Yeah.
Oh, very cool. And so you speak Russian then, I'm assuming?
Да, я разговариваю по-русски. That's my first language.
Nice.
Very cool. Amanda, Colette, you have questions?
It's like sitting and smiling and bringing her beauty in here.
Let Brie going. So maybe for light workers, because we're light workers' secrets to success, do you have any marketing tips or anything that you can share with our viewers about how to get more exposure? Because I know for a lot of healers, at first they kind of doubt their gifts because they're afraid to put themselves out there. They're afraid of being judged. They're afraid that maybe people are going to think they're crazy. So what tips can you give to new light workers that are ready to bring their gifts into the world to put themselves out there?
Yes, absolutely. I'll give you a couple tips. The one tip, it's always bring in testimonials, bring case studies, because have so many of them. And as I do like energy healing, I always explain people only by the stories, because they won't understand that I'm doing, the changing molecular structure of your water in your body. So your body starts to change, and that's how you create a change. Like they don't know how that works. But if you just sprinkle the testimonial, and when you're explaining it, and it's like, look, I did this energy healing, right? For example, to this, and this is what happened. And they're like, wow, they don't care what the mechanism is. They want the results. So bring the results there. And everywhere, if you are writing a post, and bring more case studies. And the second tip I'll give is to do strong call to actions. And call to action, it means at the end of the post you ask people to do something. Don't just let them hang. You like give them amazing story, and you're like, okay guys, the double tap for like, or give them a place where they can get more of you. They can get more of you and more of your work, and direct them to the call or somewhere where they can connect with you, because most of people, they are not doing it, and they're missing out on so many clients because people love being told what to do, and we need to direct them. So that will be my couple just tips for light workers, because I know a lot of us, right, had to overcome that sales, don't want to be salesy. You're not selling, you are doing a gift to people by offering what you are here to do. And as you are a master of your work, you want to be exposed to as many people as you can, but you got to tell them what to do, how to work with you. So that will be the two tips.
I love them. Those are great. Because I mean, I'm guilty of that, of just posting stuff and not giving a clear call to action at the end. So I think that's going to be really helpful. So do you work with light workers to help them set up like their packages? Like exactly like what kind of marketing do you help people with?
Yes, I do content marketing. I do help also create funnels. I love tech. Even though I'm light worker, I love tech and the funnels and all strategies. So I do marketing strategies, and there is a different way to do different things. It all depends how you comfortable to get out on the world. Either this is Instagram, either this doing lives on Facebook, or creating content or writing a blog post. But mostly I work with Instagram and Facebook, and that's the platforms that I really do believe in. I see a lot of results, and there's a lot of features you can use. And I love marketing through those two platforms, and I teach all about them.
Awesome. Thank you.
And do you use Google at all? Anything on Google?
On Google,
Yeah.
you mean locations, like the places to work?
No, for marketing. Do you do any marketing on Google?
I don't do marketing on Google.
Okay.
Mm-mm. Facebook ads or Facebook groups, it's Facebook lives, it's the best drivers. There's a lot of people who are very they love community, and I believe in community, and I believe in building relationship and building tribes, and communities, small communities, and that's where we still are. And in a few years we're going to move to leadership more of our world, but now we are still in building those communities. And Facebook, there is a targeted people for it, so they want to be in communities.
And why do you think that we're moving more towards leaders in the future?
Human design, if you're familiar with the human design, is everybody familiar with the human design?
A little bit, I think so.
Good. Is everybody like good?
Yeah.
Ra was telling that, we are shifting our energy, our frequency is shifting in 2027. And until 2027, we are still in the era of planning. That's right. There's a lot of planning and time and all the confusion around it. And it was more of a tribal way of like succeeding. Like, for example, Tony Robbins, I guess everybody will know him, right? He creates the tribe and everybody follows the leader. But in 2027, the frequency shift happening, and we're moving into each person are going to be their own leader, and those communities is going to fall little bit by little, and everybody will do what they're really meant here to do and step into their greatness. So that's why I believe in this. This is theory, but we'll see.
So you think by 2027 that shift will be done changing or start in 2027?
It starts on 2027, but energy, and as I teach in the days, right, what we follow and the colors that they change, the days change. Energy is not the thing that it's changing and 0, 0, 0, 0, and it's like boom, it changes, right? There is a subtle change that starts to kind of kick in now, and there is already we can see that. Mm-hmm. Like people are starting and waking up. They're like, I want to be my own boss. I want to control my own schedule. That's what my clients usually says. And they're already feeling that call to purpose. Like, what am I here to do? Not what you're here to do and I'm working for you. Like, what am I here to do? And do you see that shift is happening already? It's starting lately, like getting more and more and more. And now with the COVID, everybody started to ask themselves, all right, what am I here to do? So yeah, they will find out, and they're going to step into their greatness, and they're going to be their own leaders.
Cool. Love it.
Mm-hmm.
So I question. Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
You want me to? Okay. Well, I was just wondering, I know we talked about the interesting times that we're in right now. What are your tips? I want to know, like, what do you do to keep yourself filled up, energetic? Because I know sometimes energies can really pull us down. So what do you do for self-care and to keep yourself full?
Mm-hmm. Self-care in terms of workout or food or laughter, dancing?
Yeah, whatever your self-care is, like whatever that is. To share.
My life is so holistic. I don't look at it as like I do have a self-care routine or something. I use one cream, I use one shampoo. That's where I'm coming from. But I always do take a dance breaks. And even if I don't feel like it, and I will start to feel cranky, and I'm like, no, I'm just putting my headphones in and I'm just gonna start dance for 5 minutes. And people laugh at me. They're like, oh, when you are not dancing. But in the morning, I always meditate. I do meditate every day, and I'm a strong believer in the meditation. And I do meditate just 12 minutes to like 30 minutes. I don't meditate for hours. I do stretch for 15 minutes, and I do some brain kinesiology exercises, which helps you center your brain. Through different like cross exercises. It's like easy this way, and you can just do this, and it centers your mind and your body, like both sides of the body. And eat healthy.
So dancing brings you a lot of joy.
Yes.
So it gives you that energy that.
Oh, absolutely. You got to move your body. I sometimes like right now we're working all in home and stuff, and I will sit down and I'll just work and do this because I just can't stay for a long time. But as there is like not much things to do, you don't really go to see friends, or like it's less hikes. I live in Los Angeles. We're like hiking here, but there's not much. Half of them are closed. So you're going very much less. Gyms are closed. So it's like my body just like starting to move by itself when I work, and I'm just like sitting down. The body needs to move. The energy needs to move to, get the emotions moving. So then not stuck.
Thank you.
Trying to think of something else. There was something else, but I'll tell you if I remember. Sleep. That is the best thing ever. 7.5 hours every day. Don't you guys don't ever do something done in, how do I say that correctly? Don't try to steal time from your sleep. Like if you need to get stuff done, that's the worst thing to do. If you're going to prevent yourself of an hour or 2 hours less of sleep, your brain is not going to be clean. Your body will not have enough time to clean the energy, to clean the brain. It's natural detox, right, that we're going through every day. And it's not worth it. The sleep, it's always so important. And you wanted to sleep every day, and especially for a woman, if you're watching me.
Awesome. So I just have a quick question about, with the election coming up, there's been a lot of predictions about things getting really crazy. And since you're into cool numbers and cycles and stuff, do you have any tips for handling all of the emotions and all of the, there's just so much friction, I feel like. So do you have any tips for handling that?
So handling the emotions regards politics?
Well, yeah, I feel like there's just so much tension with people, a lot of people right now feeling, with the election and politics right now, families are breaking up. And so I'm just curious if you have tips for that. And since you're have these numbers, is there numbers associated with the election?
I haven't counted, but you gave me a great idea. I'm going to do it right after the call. We'll see what's the Biden's and Trump's are numbers, and on the 3rd November, because yes, you can count out and see what's the year and what's the day and month is going to be for them. But also, my number one tip that I will give you on that, it's turn off your TV. That's it. I don't watch my TV since I was 17, and I didn't really like much when I was younger either. And I really don't watch the news though. And if there is something important happening, trust me, my mom will call me from Russia. If she's not calling me from Russia, nothing important is happening. So I don't watch my TV, and I can see when I will walk in to do manicure or something, and there will be TV and they will speak about news. I'll just start to have that anxiety feeling. And I'm like, okay, I'll just put my headphones in. It's I can't even listen for 12 minutes. They're all negative stuff. So yes, to clear up these emotions, turn off TV, turn off the news updates on your phone, and just go, do whatever your heart desires to do. And it's probably not watching TV. So I hope so.
Thank you. Cool. So let's see.
Any other questions?
I know that you have, because I went on your website and checked it out, and I know that you have a free download. So if it's okay, I want to, at the bottom of the video, I will put your website up so people can go if they want to check out more information about your full day calendar.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And any other things that you might have going on that they could take advantage of.
Yes, absolutely. My course on Mesmerizing with Marketing, how to create content that converts your followers into and friends to clients, is starting on November 3rd. And it's a 6-week course with 5 weeks of calls where we will learn all about easing up your content creation so you can do whatever your genius on to do else and get this done in a few weeks for the rest of the year, and probably more than this year.
That sounds amazing. Did anyone else have other questions?
And so do you take on any one-on-one clients to teach them the calendar system?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I do take one-on-one clients. Yeah, and I do teach all of my clients. You cannot not work with me. You cannot work with me if you not agree to learn the system. I based all my life on this and all my business, and I don't see my life just living without it. And that is my mission, to bring this to the world and to change the narrative of time that we've created and it's obviously not serving us.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I mean, I've been questioning time more and more and more. And you know, the one thing that I can't get out of my head is what Einstein said,
Mhm.
time is only an illusion. And so I can't get it out of my head. And I know that there's something more. And it's like I can feel this invisible prison that's around me that has been created. And I know that we're about to break through it very soon. I just know that
Mhm.
it's time that's going to cause us to break through it. But I know that time's
Time is
only an
coming
illusion.
for time.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that's
Yeah.
awesome. That's awesome. I'm going to check out your website for sure and learn some more because I'm intrigued by it.
Yes, there's a couple blogs that you can go and read. There's a little bit more history and just a little bit more data of like where does it even coming from. But I want to ask you, guys, the last question on just to open up your mind, like why is it 9 days? On specifically, a question for everybody: how long you were in your mother's womb before you was born?
Mm,
9 months.
yeah.
And that's what the nature start to already set up that rhythm for us. And if we just follow it, and I go through each month's why the number, and that's why it's all connected to our biology. And it's just wonderful once you getting into, you do the right things at the right time, right people come, you flow with ease and work. It's so much less stress.
Mm.
That is my last question for you. Any other questions? I love those your question, guys. The one question you asked was really brought me to thinking for the longest time. It's like, who will I sit down, or the three people at the table? I was like, wow, I've never thought of it. It's so interesting. I love your questions. Well, thank you so much for those brilliant, just amazing questions, and for that interview.
Thank you, Victoria. Thank you for honoring us with your presence today. Um, I'm so grateful that you came today, and we will definitely will upload the video too, and um, I will put your website and information underneath it. So if anybody wants to check that out, and any final questions anybody has before we end the interview?
I was curious if everything is kind of on a 9-day cycle or 9-month cycle or this
9 year. Mhm.
9-year cycle. What happens? Is there any way to disrupt that? Like, is there any way at all? Say, I don't know, say you're supposed to be born on one day and something happens and like you are born with the emergency C-section. Like, does that change
I haven't
anything?
worked. I haven't worked with clients with C-section. I don't really ask that question, but everybody that I worked with, and I've done hundreds of calendars, I've never got asked this question, and there's never a misinterpretation of the current life cycle and what the numbers is. So I believe there is the divine timing, and even if C-section is, I guess it's divine timing for it. But I've got asked really great question on, before just a few days ago, my client asked me, she said, look, I have a friend who doesn't know her birthday, and she was adopted. She doesn't know exactly what the day is. And I told her, look, if you start to reverse engineer, because every time I give people current calendar, I always ask a couple questions. So like, okay, so what happened like this year? Because I know some years there are they're very important, and there's a very strong changes in them. And there's always alignment with what was happening and what is coming to now. And you can reverse engineer this as well.
Oh, thanks.
Interesting. So intrigued by this.
Mm.
I am too. I
Well,
love
it's
numbers.
fascinating.
Well,
Well, since you brought it up, I want to know who are the 3 people you would have dinner with.
Ah, okay. I was just thinking about this question. All right, it was really hard to come up with this. So first one I'll have with Marilyn Monroe. And why? Because I'm just fascinated by how she can use her alter ego and live also in her natural body and her natural character. And that she's just so feminine, and I feel like the world is missing this, like that, just the pure femininity. And that will be first person. Second person will be Michelle Obama. I've read her book recently. I've listened to her. It's amazing. I believe that, behind every great man, there's a great woman. And after listening to Michelle Obama book, I was like, wow, like I know for sure how that guy got to the presidency. She's just such a bag of wisdom. I would love to have a dinner with her. And the third person is Marie Forleo. She is an online entrepreneur, and she have a business school kind of for people who's starting out just online. And I would love to just have a dinner and ask like what the mindset is, what does it takes to grow that multi-million dollar company in the current timing. And she's always also energized and dancing. I'm very resonate with her.
Awesome. Thank you. I love the reasoning behind all of those.
Thank you.
Well, again, Victoria, thank you for being here. We so appreciate it. It's so nice to be able to talk to you and get more information from my team and I. And for the viewers, please make sure you check out the information that we'll put underneath our video for Victoria. And if you haven't liked or subscribed our video, please do so. Click on your notifications so you get notified for when we have new thing. And if you find this of interest and you think it could help somebody, please forward it and share it with your friends or family that you know it can touch their lives too. And again, Victoria, thank you so much for being here. Such a blessing, and I do appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for
Yeah.
watching. And thank you, everybody, for being here with me and asking those beautiful questions. And you don't forget to subscribe.